Hi class, in this video I am going to go over how to navigate the course. So once you are on our course homepage, you will find the syllabus, which I did go over in a separate video, so please make sure that you watch that video as well. And then we also have a link to the TACC syllabus supplement. We also have a link to the Getting Started module, and we have a link to this video, which is the navigation video that you are watching right now. Once you scroll down, we also have links to the main modules in our course. Now, this course is not designed or is not organized by week, it is organized by modules. So I divided up the modules into two groups, the general information modules, which are the writing tools module, rhetorical devices, APA and research tools, and the fallacies module. So basically these modules will help you with the assignments and essays that we write in this essay. So these general information modules are mostly meant to serve as resources, whereas the assignment modules, each one contains the essay instructions as well as resources that will help you with that particular essay. So this class is designed by modules according to the subject area. And then over here we have our textbooks. Our textbooks are free and they are online, and in order to access them, all you have to do is click on them, and then a PDF file will be downloaded. We are using 2 volumes, so make sure that when you read the syllabus, you look at which volume is listed to ensure that you read the proper reading for that week. So if we go up to our course homepage, the first thing you want to do when you are becoming acquainted with this class is you want to click on the Getting Started module. Once you click there, it'll take you to the module itself. Now, here we have the module, and the first thing you should do is obviously go to where it says Read First and read the introduction to the course page. This is going to have a lot of important information. It's going to have our syllabus video where I go over the syllabus more in depth, so please make sure that you watch that. It also has this navigation video that you are watching right now. And then I go ahead and I explain my modes of communication. So as I mentioned in the syllabus, the best way to contact me is through email, either through Canvas or natalie@nmsu.edu. And basically, I respond in about 24 to 48 hours. If I don't reply to you within that time frame, then that means that I possibly did not get your email. So please go ahead and contact me again. However, if it's the weekend or sometimes with busy times, I might take a little bit longer, but generally I reply within 24 to 48 hours. Next, we have the program Student Learning Outcomes for English 111, and of course, all of your papers will be evaluated based on focus, development, and clarity. So you can go ahead and read this more in depth. We also have the course competencies, which tell you what is the purpose of English 111. Next, I talk a little bit about my grading. So basically, it takes me about 5 to 10 days to grade an assignment, sometimes less, sometimes maybe a little bit more if I have a lot of essays to grade. But if I am going to take longer than 5 to 10 days, I will update you in that week's announcement, okay? So make sure that you read those announcements because sometimes I do provide updates. Now, there are quizzes that are graded automatically, so for some quizzes, you are going to receive your grade automatically. However, some of them do have certain questions that I need to answer because they are certain questions that I need to grade because they are short answer questions. So in that case, you won't receive your full quiz grade until I grade them. For example, the APA exam, those I have to go and manually grade myself, so you won't get the full score until I've graded it myself. Other than that, other quizzes, you do get your grade automatically. And when it comes to discussions, writing assignments, and essays, I do leave feedback. So I do not really leave feedback for the quizzes. Sometimes I do, but for the most part, I don't. So when it comes to discussions, major assignments, and the writing exercises, I do tend to leave feedback. So please make sure that you read that. And When it comes to viewing your feedback, there are three things that you should look at. You should look at the rubric. You should also look at the comments I leave in the submission comment box, but you should also look at the comments I leave in the essay itself or in the writing assignment itself. And those are three different areas that you have to look for. But I went ahead and I provided a handout that shows you how to view your feedback. And I also provided a video that shows you how to submit an assignment in case you're fairly new to Canvas. But please make sure you look at this handout because in writing, in a writing class, it's very important that you read all of the feedback I provide because that'll help you improve for your next essay. So please make sure that you look at this handout. Obviously, we have to address plagiarism because it is a writing class. All work submitted should be your own original work. Also, please keep in mind that according to NMSU policy, you cannot submit essays you wrote for other classes. So everything has to be your original work that you have written for this class. NMSU is also using a plagiarism software called Turnitin. We do use that for our assignments. So please make sure that you look at your originality score, and if it's anywhere in the orange or red category, that means that you should revise your essay for plagiarism before you actually submit it, for the final time. And here I have a video that shows you how to access your originality score. Now, sometimes, as I mentioned in that video, you actually have to go and look at your originality report because sometimes it'll tell you that your quotes closely resemble a document that was found online. However, if you quote it properly and you cite it properly, you don't have anything to worry about. So just keep in mind that the Turnitin software is not completely foolproof, even though I have it set up so that quotes and bibliographic information is not taken into consideration. Sometimes it is. So like I said, this is mostly going to help you to avoid plagiarism. So make sure you look at your originality report and then make any changes that you feel you need to in order to avoid plagiarism. And I discussed that more in depth in this video as well, in the Turnitin video. Next, we move on to extra credit. I do offer extra credit, so please make sure that you read our extra credit options and policies. I typically offer extra credit if you attend events or workshops. So basically how that works is if you attend ARC workshops, which is our tutoring center, you receive 5 points for just going and signing in. But if you go and you write a summary, you get 10 points extra credit. The summary is due 1 week after the workshop. So if you miss that deadline, obviously you don't receive extra credit. I also give extra credit if you attend college events. And basically for these, you have to go sign in, stay throughout the event, and then write a summary. And after you write the summary, you get 10 points extra credit. This is also due a week after the event. So when it comes to college events and attending ARC workshops, you can accumulate up to 35 points extra credit. That is the max, which sounds like a lot, but if you think about it, an essay is worth 100 points. So the extra credit is meant to help you maybe bump you up. Like if you have an 89, it could help you move on to an A. But please be mindful that extra credit can only do so much. So, it's always best to do your work, submit everything on time, try your best, and then just use extra credit to kind of help you get over to the next grade or to help you improve your grade slightly. It's not going to help you make up a significant amount of work that you've missed. Or, for example, it's only worth 35 points. So if you miss essays, those essays, each one is worth 100 points. So it's only going to bump your grade up very slightly if you're trying to make up essays or anything like that with extra credit. Next, we have tutoring. Now, the tutoring does not apply towards the 35-point limit. The tutoring extra credit is applied directly to your essay grade. So basically how this works is you go to tutoring, you have your tutoring session, and then after you leave, you fill out your summary of tutoring session. This should be filled out by you, not by the tutor, okay? So once you fill it out, you submit it along with your final essay, and I should say with the final draft of your essay, and you will receive 5 points extra credit on that essay. So let's say you got an 85, your grade will be bumped up to a 90 because you went to tutoring. However, there are some things to keep in mind when it comes to tutoring. You can go multiple times to the tutoring center, but you will still only receive 5 points extra credit. Also, I say that extra credit will not be given if the tutoring session was conducted the same day that the essay is due, since this does not allow enough time to make substantial changes to the essay or incorporate feedback provided by the tutor. I used to be a tutor myself back when I was in college, and I would always see a lot of students who were just going in for the extra credit, but that does not leave you enough time. If you're going in a few minutes before the essay is due, that does not give you enough time to actually make the changes. So please keep that in mind. Now, when it comes to college events and ARC workshops, I do post notifications under announcements to let you know of what workshops or events are coming up. And we'll get to the announcement part in a little bit. Next, I do want to address Canvas. Obviously, this course is conducted through Canvas, so you want to make sure that you know how to navigate it. So I do have a link to the Canvas guides and to the frequently asked questions for students. So if you do run across an issue, you can go ahead and click on these two links, and hopefully you will be able to find your answer. If you are having difficulty with passwords or anything else, please contact Canvas support and you will find their information here. Obviously, you can go visit them at Milton Hall, room 80, or you can call them or you can email them. But typically with Canvas issues, it's better to deal with them right away because you don't want to wait too long, because then that means that you miss a lot of the course content. And their hours are from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. If you feel that you need to become better acquainted with Canvas, please feel free to sign up for one of the trainings. They have face-to-face training as well as online training. So all you have to do is click on these links and you can go ahead and sign up. Now this is not mandatory, but this is for those people who maybe are new to online classes and they feel that they could benefit from some online training. Next, I have the textbooks linked again. So if you notice, we have the textbooks linked in our syllabus, in our course homepage, and in this introduction page. So there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to find the textbooks because they are linked in several places. So in order to get started with the course, like I said, make sure you check the syllabus, make sure you go over the Getting Started module, and then make sure you click on discussion number 1 because that's where we go over the introductions. So like I said, the first thing you want to do in the course is you want to look at the Getting Started module. So we already looked at the introduction to the course, and then here I have the summary of tutoring session form, which is something that you can access whenever you start going to tutoring. For the first week, you also want to go ahead and take the quiz 1 syllabus as well as complete the introduction discussion number 1. Next, I want to talk about the general help and questions forum. Basically, this is a discussion thread where you can go ahead and ask general questions that you feel other people in the class might have. So for example, if you're wondering if the essay should be double spaced, this is something that you can ask here and I will reply. That way everybody else can see it and everybody can know. Or maybe you have a question about an event that's coming up and you want to know if it counts towards extra credit, I can go ahead and reply and say yes, it counts. That way other people can also go ahead and attend the event if they can. So this one is mostly for general questions that you feel will benefit the class, that other people might have the same question. These are the questions you want to ask here. If you have a personal or individual question, obviously don't type it here because this is something that everybody can see. So this one is only for general questions and I really encourage you to use it. Something else that I really encourage you to check on a weekly basis are the announcements. Here we have our first announcement, which is the one I posted at the beginning of the semester. And basically when it comes to announcements, I post a weekly announcement every single Monday. And what I do in those announcements is I give you an overview for the week. I provide any necessary updates, and I also tell you the assignments that are due for that week. So the announcements are a really good tool to kind of keep you organized for that week. If there's any updates like regarding work or extension of deadlines or Canvas glitches or anything like that, I will post them on Mondays. Or, for example, if there is a Canvas glitch and it goes down, I'll obviously email you or post an announcement whenever it happens. I typically tend to post announcements rather than email, so please make sure that you check the announcements weekly because that's where you will see information about the course, an overview of the week, but that is also where I post extra credit opportunities. So definitely make sure that you check announcements. The last thing I wanted to mention are the modules. Like I said, they are linked on the home page, but I do want to give you an idea of what they look like. So here we have the writing tools module, which you will have a quiz over. And then here we have the rhetorical devices module, which we also have a quiz over. So you want to make sure that in preparation for each quiz, you actually click on each link or page of the module, and then you take your quiz. So like I mentioned earlier, the modules are organized by subject area. And the reason why I did not organize the modules by week is because, for example, for the argumentative essay, that is our first essay, and that essay requires that we select a topic. It also requires that we learn how to do research. It also requires that we learn to do APA style, that we become familiar with fallacies. So that essay takes about 3 to 4 weeks. So that is why I did not organize it into weeks, because it would be a bit repetitive to just stick to the argumentative essay for 3 weeks. So, like I said, I have it organized by subject area. When we get started with the proposal essay, you can go ahead and look at this module and you will find some resources like a proposal outline, things like that. And then we have the visual analysis essay module. Here are the writing exercises that we are doing. And then we have a portfolio module, which again gives you the instructions, and then it gives you a reading PowerPoint, and here you have the instructions of the actual portfolio and also where you can submit it yourself. Other than that, I think other areas of the class are pretty clear. Obviously, if you want to access assignments, click on assignments. To access discussions, you can access them by clicking on discussions or clicking on assignments. To view your grades, click on grades. Modules, you can click here or on the home page. Something else I wanted to point out was the ARC. We do have a link to the ARC. So if you want to find out about tutoring hours, tutoring locations, you can go ahead and click here. This is also where you can view the schedule of workshops, so definitely go ahead and do that. We do have online tutoring available for students that cannot make it to an ARC center. However, you have to be added to their online Canvas page. So if that is something that you're interested in, I can go ahead and add you to the online tutoring page. But again, please let me know if that is something that you are interested in. So this concludes our English 111 navigation video. I hope that you found it helpful, and if you have any questions, please let me know.